Today we are making a Punjabi dish which is kadhi pakoda. Kadhi is usually made with either curd or buttermilk. So we'll be using buttermilk this time. So I am making the preparation for 10 to 12 people. So I've taken 3 packs of Amul buttermilk and I've emptied that into a container. I have taken a large cooker, but you can take a wok as well. And it's better to work in a wok because there would be a constant heat from all sides. To start with, in the buttermilk, we'll put a cup of gram flour, which is besan. So this is somewhere around 100 to 150 grams of besan that we are using out here. Along with besan, we'll blend the buttermilk properly. Now we have blended the buttermilk with gram flour or besan, and we have put the cooker on the flame. We'll keep it on a high flame first because we're going to bring this mixture to boil, and we would bring it to 2 or 3 boils, but keep in mind that this would overflow if you do not take care. So keep standing, and you need to keep stirring the mixture as well. You have to use this kind of stirrer, and you have to keep it inside the mixture, and for the entire preparation or the entire duration you would keep this inside the vessel itself. So keep stirring and bring it to a boil, and take care that this does not overflow when it boils. So you have to lower the flame or maybe switch off the flame itself to bring it down. Once we are done with boiling, and when it comes to 3 to 4 boils, we'll then add the tempering, and then we would keep it on a medium flame for maybe around 45 minutes. Only then the preparation would result into a good taste. So the curry has been on the stove for almost like 15 to 20 minutes now, and it has come to a boil as well, 2 to 3 boils. So I've kept it on a medium to low flame now, so that the gram flour or the besan gets cooked properly. And you have to keep scraping from the sides, otherwise it will start to dry out and stick over there. So just remember to scrape from the sides, and keep stirring in between. Side by side we'll be making the tempering. This is the first tempering. There are 2 to 3 stages of tempering while you make curry. The first one is when you put in the mustard seeds as well as the curry leaves. Along with that, we would use little bit of or maybe generous amount of ginger and garlic as well. So I've grated ginger garlic, and I'll be putting that in the tempering. But before that, let me put a teaspoonful of mustard seeds, and make sure that they don't get burned. They'll splutter, but we would not let them get burned. So if your flame is too high, you can just go ahead and lower the flame. Once they have already started to splutter, we would now add the ginger garlic. And we would cook the ginger garlic till the time the raw flavor has gone. So I had added the ginger garlic as well, and the curry leaves too, and once the tempering is done, we'll go ahead and transfer the tempering to the curry. There would be a second level of tempering as well, which would involve fenugreek and coriander as well. So I'll let you know once we start doing that tempering. Till the time, we would now allow the curry to cook with this tempering. So today we are making pyaz pakodas or onion fritters. I have cut the onions lengthwise, and right now what I have put inside is maybe 3 to 4 medium-sized onions cut lengthwise, and little bit of onion garlic grated, and I have put around 50 grams of gram flour or besan. We'll put some spices as well now. So when it comes to spices, To make it more digestive, we would put some carom seeds, and we have already put ginger garlic in here for digestion as well. For color, little bit of turmeric, which is a good medicinal antibiotic as well, and half a teaspoon of degi mirch or red chili powder, which is not very spicy. A generous amount, or maybe a teaspoonful of coriander, and 2 pinches of garam masala. We'll put salt to taste as well, and if you're going to use the pakoras in some other recipes, make sure that that particular dish as well have some salt, so just take care of the amount of salt that you're adding. For the taste, we would also add some black salt, which would give it a very good flavor, but don't use much, maybe 2 pinches. And we would add some kasuri methi as well. So you see, after giving it a good resting time, this is how the batter for the fritters would look. It would not be very thick and it would not be very thin, but it should not be runny. You should be able to hold the pakoras in your spoon and put it for frying. So you see, I have put the pakoras to fry, generous amount for each particular pakora, and the onion pakoras do not require any shape, so you can just use your spoon and put for frying, because they do not need to be exactly round. It would take maybe like 2 to 3 minutes for each lot to get fried properly. It should not be very dark, should be golden brown, and you can take them out. So see, the onion fritters are ready. They have turned golden brown, rich, nice color, and all our fritters are ready and they are ready to be served. They are all golden brown, nice color. Just make sure that they don't you don't take them out too early. So they are now ready to be served. You can team it up with mint chutney or tomato ketchup, and they'll taste really nice. Thank you. Enjoy. We are making the second tempering, so I heated the oil and put 1 teaspoon of fenugreek powder or methi powder and 1 teaspoon of dhania powder. Make sure that the oil is not very hot, otherwise they'll get burnt. You can use the seeds as well, whole methi seeds and whole dhania seeds. I prefer powder because otherwise they feel a little bit irritating when they come in your mouth, but usually people put whole seeds as well. This is the second tempering. In the second tempering, I added some tomatoes as well, because they add rich taste to the curry pakoda and they give nice color as well. And once you have put the tomato, you can also put more haldi or turmeric. When we were blending the besan or gram flour with the buttermilk, we put little bit of haldi then. I'll put a teaspoonful of haldi now as well, because that would give a good color, and for rich red color or the orangish color in the curry, I'll put 1 teaspoon of degi mirch as well, degi mirch powder. At this point in time, you can add little bit of asafoetida or hing as well, because that would again make it quite digestive, because sometimes the besan or gram flour is little bit tough on your tummy, so it will make it easier to digest. So the tempering is almost ready. We'll cook till the time it starts leaving oil from the sides. So I added a pinch of asafoetida, and you see that the masala has started leaving oil from the sides. So this is ready to be put in the curry pakoda. Of course, we have not added pakodas yet, but we are in the process of getting the curry cooked. This is the time to add this tempering. We have added the tempering to the curry, and if you see, the color of the curry has turned really nice, and I can smell the nice aroma as well while it is getting cooked. It's been almost like 45 minutes that the curry is being cooked, and it's almost ready, but we'll give it another maybe 10 minutes on a slow flame, so the flavor gets really nice and delicious. We have already made the onion pakoras. I'll put the link for the recipe of the pakoras in the description box. We'll add these pakoras when the curry is ready. It'll take around maybe like 10 minutes or so before we put the pakoras in the curry. It's nice and creamy, and we usually don't make very thick version of it, but this is good to eat with rice. So the curry is ready now, and this is the time when we'll put the salt as well. If you remember, we have not put salt as of now. So we'll put maybe 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and you can, taste it and then put the rest. If you find it little bit less, you can put salt to taste. This is the time when we'll lower the flame. The curry is very much ready now, nice color and creamy as well. And we'll put the pakoras into the curry. So you see, now we had put the pakoras, and I've garnished the curry with kasuri methi as well. Good generous 2 to 3 pinches of kasuri methi and 2 to 3 pinches of garam masala. The curry is now ready and ready to be served, and we'll do the plating now. So the curry is ready, and we have done the plating as well. So if you see, it has a nice color, nice aroma, and really nice taste as well. Enjoy, cook, and taste it. It's really flavorsome.